Hello students, I am Priyanka Chaudhary from Rash Shikshan Sanstha's RBNB College, Srirampur. We are going to study here 11th Science Physics Laws of Motion chapter. So in this chapter, in today's lecture, we are going to study about the collision. So now what is the meaning of this collision? So collision is nothing but it is the when two objects come together, then they interact with each other, that is they exert forces on each other, then they scatter in different directions. So during collision, any two objects come together, exert forces on each other, and then they scattered in different directions. So we will see the two objects. Suppose this is a first object. This object has mass m1. This object is moving with the initial velocity u1. Then at the same time there are a different object or second object. The mass of this object is m2, then it is moving with the initial velocity u2. So this is before collision. So this figure A. It is the before collision. This type of collision is also called as head-on collision. So head-on collision means any two objects are colliding with each other and this collision is in a straight line. After collision, the objects are again moving in the straight line. Then this type of collision is called as head-on collision or one-dimensional collision. So it is a head-on collision before collision. Now during collision what happened? So during collision, this is the first object. This is a second object having mass m1 and m2. So these objects interact with each other, they exert forces on each other and then they scattered in different directions. So the forces exerted by this object are force F12 is moving in this direction and force F21 is moving in this direction. Now force F12 means the second object exerts force on first object, 2 second exert force on 1, and F21 means first object exerts force on second object. So here these two objects or these two bodies exerts force on each other. So this is the during collision. So this figure is head-on collision during collision. During collision. Now after collision, these two objects are scattered and they are moving in their different directions. So after collision we can say that this is m1, that is the first object, this is m2, that is the second object. So this object is moving in this direction having velocity, suppose we assume to be v1 bar. This object is moving in this direction with velocity v2 bar. So this is the figure which shows the head-on collision after collision. So this is the head-on collision after collision. So these three diagrams ABC gives us the collision, that means exerting force on each other by the two bodies. So now in case of collision, the initial linear momentum of body and the final linear momentum of body are equal. That means in collision, the linear momentum is conserved. So we can write for it as summation P initial, P means it is a linear momentum, which is equal to summation P final, that is final linear momentum. So we can say that during collision, linear momentum of body is conserved. Now how to find the linear momentum of body? So the general formula to find linear momentum of body is it is denoted by P and it is equal to mass m into velocity v. So P is equal to mv. This is the formula of linear momentum of body. Now in collision, even though linear momentum is conserved, but either kinetic energy is conserved or it may get changed. So depending upon the value of the kinetic energy, there are different types of collision. So main two types of collisions are nothing but first is elastic collision and second is inelastic collision. So now we will study these types of collision. So the first type is elastic collision. So in elastic collision, or a collision is said to be elastic if its initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. So we can write here a collision is said to be elastic if its initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. If its initial kinetic energy is equal to its final kinetic energy. So this is the definition of elastic collision. Now we can write this as a summation of kinetic energy initial is equal to summation of kinetic energy final. So this is about the first type, that is elastic collision. Now in case of inelastic collision, the value of kinetic energy is changing. That is, there is difference in the initial kinetic energy of body and its final kinetic energy of body. So we can write its definition as a inelastic collision is, or a collision is said to be inelastic if initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy are not same. So a collision is said to be inelastic if its initial and final kinetic energy are not same. So this is the definition of inelastic collision. So we can write this value as summation of kinetic energy initial is greater than summation of kinetic energy final. So in case of inelastic collision, initial kinetic energy is greater than the final kinetic energy. Similarly, during explosion, summation of kinetic energy initial is less than summation of kinetic energy final. So in case of explosion, there is final kinetic energy is more than the initial kinetic energy, and in case of inelastic collision, the initial kinetic energy is more than the final kinetic energy. So these are main two types of collision, that is elastic collision and inelastic collision. Now there is special case of inelastic collision. It is called a perfectly inelastic collision. So in case of a perfect inelastic collision, after collision, both the bodies join together and they will move together. So this is the inelastic collision. Now, suppose if we have to consider the example of this collision, then we can consider an example of a ball. So if a ball is dropped from some height on a rigid surface, then the ball will collide with the surface and return back. If ball is returned back up to that height from where it is dropped, then it is the elastic collision. If ball is not come up to that height, it is less than that height, then it is a inelastic collision. And suppose instead of a ball, if we have a mud or clay, If we drop that clay or mud, then it will stick to the surface. It will not return back. So it is the example of perfectly inelastic collision. Similarly, we have another example like a bullet fired from a gun, and suppose there is a box, and if that bullet is collide with the box and then return back, then we can say it is an elastic collision. If that bullet is entered in the block or it will drop there, then it is a inelastic collision. And if bullet and that box, they are moving some distance each other, then we can say it is a perfectly inelastic collision. So these are some examples of collisions or inelastic and elastic collision. So in general, elastic collision is impossible for daily life. So in daily life, we can see inelastic collision rather than elastic collision. So this is something about the collisions that we have studied. So next point we will study in next lecture. Thank you very much.